Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be taking a look at an opinion article from Metro out of the UK that was written by Miranda Larby. Dear white people, you're never racially discriminated against, so shut up. Just the title alone. You got this leftist intersectional feminist, okay, who looks pretty friggin' white to me. Okay, or has a bit of white ancestry at least, making a claim like this. And I love where she gets her like, facts from when she does present, like, links. I mean, it's complete biased bullshit. Let's get into this here. This ridiculous freaking article of opinion. Oh, God. Okay. A recent poll published in the New York Times has found that over half of white people in America believe that they're being discriminated against. Well, yeah, because they are. Because of your whole intersectionalist, feminist bullshit. Okay? They are. Okay, what do you think affirmative action is? Okay, when you enact affirmative action, you have to discriminate against another group. That's how it works. And who's the group that's being discriminated against with affirmative action? Any type of affirmative with any type of affirmative action? Whites. Oh, simple logic. Oh, well, we're done here. Well, no, 'cause she keeps going on. Yes, you read that right. 55% of white folk in the United States believe that they're mistreated by society because of their skin color. It would be folks, plural. Okay, this is what gets me about Miranda here. Okay, you're going to criticize people for feeling something, feeling a particular way about something that's happening, that's actual fact, and you can't even proofread your own damn article and realize that you're talking about a group of people, which would mean you're going to use the plural of folk, which is folks. Now, this is what I love here. To recap, this is a country where slavery was around for 245 years, followed by over 100 years of official and unofficial segregation. Well, that's a very broad and open statement, okay? Because slavery wasn't legal in the North, okay? You make it sound like slavery was legal across the whole United States at that time. No, it wasn't. And you're also leaving out the fact that, oh my God, who were the first slaves of the colonies, including, the English colonies, including the United States? Oh, that's right, the Irish. Who else was forced into slavery? And before we get, oh wait, it wasn't indentured servitude with the Irish, by the way. They were literally put into slavery. It's historical fact. All right, if you don't like fact, I don't know what to tell you. From there, you had the Native Americans who were forced into slavery, and if they were considered, okay, you had blacks higher than Irish, you had the Native Americans or Indians, as my ancestry, I got no problem saying Indian, okay, you have them below the Irish. They were worth less than an Irishman. So let's talk about this whole slavery thing. Then you have this 100 years of official and unofficial segregation. Again, not the whole United States. You try to make it sound like this is the complete nation here with everything on that. All right. Slight problem. Boston, Massachusetts is where you kind of had the whole abolitionist movement centered around. Places like Chicago and like Illinois itself were, known to have black populations. So, and this is during slave times. You are so uneducated. It's not even funny, Miranda. 25% of those killed by police are black, despite Afro-Americans only making up 13% of the population. Okay. Now, she's going to mappingpoliceviolence.org, which is like a Black Lives Matter type of, push the black bullshit, like propagandalized type of site. All right. If you go by the actual FBI statistics, okay, you go by the actual FBI statistics, okay, or you actually look at what she's saying here, that means, because she's not even right on this, okay, whites are killed, which this is actually technically right. I mean, it's just ridiculous, but they're twisting it. See, the thing is, whites are killed 3 times more likely, yet they commit far less crime. This is what I'm saying, going by the FBI statistics, okay? You look at the actual crime according to race. Whites commit far less crime than blacks, yet they are 3 times more likely to get shot. And they're trying to twist this, okay, using the old statistics game, that 25% of them are black, yet they're 13% of the population. Well, they commit more crime. Let's look at the crime statistics by race. You have blacks committing way more crimes than other ethnicities. All right? So you have to put that into factor here, Miranda, but you're not. Then you have this 34% of the prison population is black. Okay, again, why? Because blacks commit more crime than any other ethnic background in the United States. Facts. This is from the FBI's own numbers. Okay? Then you got to throw in this whole thing here. 45.8% of young black children live in poverty. Okay, why do they live in poverty? Because the Democrats have attacked the family. They've pushed this thing of single parents and, let's see, the Democrats were behind the whole, profit for the prisons for profit there. Bill Clinton was a big involvement with that. So was Hillary. Oh, that's right. Didn't she say in my home state of New Hampshire, in Keene, didn't she say that blacks were super predators? Oh, that's right, she did. It was actually, I believe, covered by the ABC affiliate in New Hampshire. And you can actually find the video on YouTube. So that was a Democrat thing. This is all Democrats that caused that problem, okay? The reason why the kids are living in poverty? Oh, well, let's see. Because their mothers are not able to get decent jobs on the note of single parents or even on the note of a 2-parent household. They're not able to get decent paying jobs if they're unskilled because the Democrats that they're voting for, the Democrats that they love so much, are flooding the employment side, the employee side of the market, okay, with immigrants, mostly illegal, that they're hoping to get passed. So these immigrants are driving down the wages. They're keeping them suppressed, if not driving them down in instances, okay? And you have these single mothers, and even in 2-parent households, you have them busting their ass trying to make ends meet, and they're not skilled, so they're having to take these low-paying jobs that they're competing for with all these immigrants. So again, Democrats. Okay, let's move on, Miranda, because I'm totally destroying you here with, like, simple common sense stuff here that you can easily see with like, your own 2 eyes and a quick Google search. 1,064 racially motivated incidents reported in the first months after Trump was elected. Oh, you mean all the fake incidents? Because the ADL completely bullshitted that whole thing. There has not been 1,064 racially motivated incidents. If you refer to the FBI, who keeps actual numbers on that, says that's complete bullshit. So let's move on here, Miranda, because, you've got nothing. This is all feels over reals. And, I've been looking at this meme gif here of yours, all right? Isn't that cultural appropriation? Wasn't this digital blackface? Aren't you, like, violating your own rules? In a country which is presided over by someone who calls neo-Nazis very fine people, a country which is scarred from decades and centuries of racism, bullshit. Okay? Until the Democrats started stirring shit up in the 90s during the Clinton era, okay? Racism was almost dead in this country. What the fuck are you talking about? Alright? Not only that, he didn't call neo-Nazis very fine people. What he said was, he condemned both sides, but said that there could have been fine people on both sides. Let's be accurate here, you misrepresenting little bitch. Okay? You are pathetic, Miranda. You are pathetic. Okay? Oh, scarred from decades and centuries of racism. Excuse me? Were these people ever held in slavery? No. Were a lot of them ever really discriminated against? No. This is like the football player shit. Oh, I feel oppression. How many millions of dollars a year do you make, you shitbrick? That isn't oppressed. Shut the fuck up, stand up, put your hand on your heart and just grit your teeth and fucking bear it. If you got a problem with it, because that's part of the job. And in 2017, over half the Caucasian population think that they're the ones being discriminated against. Well, yeah, because they are, you dumb intersectionalist feminist moron. Am I high? Am I missing something here? Well, yeah, you clearly are. You, according to your own freaking rules, okay, culturally appropriating, digital blackface making, dumb moron. Okay? Yes, you are missing something. A 68-year-old man from Ohio told NPR that if you apply for a job, they seem to give the blacks the first crack at it. Okay. Maybe because in his particular area, that might be the case, because you got a white 68-year-old man, or at least a man that you're assuming is white. He could be Hispanic, he could be whatever. Basically, if you want any help from the government, if you're white, you don't get it. If you're black, you get it. Well, excuse me, but that's a fucking statement of fact, okay? You can have a destitute white guy, a destitute black guy, destitute Hispanic guy, destitute whatever, Asian, Indian, from India, American Indian, whatever, okay? That white guy, okay, they could all be in the same exact predicament. And that white guy's going to get told to fuck off. But you see, you got a problem with that because you're a racist. You're a feminist. Not only are you racist against whites, okay, you hate men because that's right, you're a man-hating, you're feminist. Sir, it's because you've been riding on your skin color to make up for things your entire life. What? Sir, is it because you've been riding on your skin color to make up for things your entire... That is like... I'm sorry, I had to reread that again because that is like the dumbest, most immature, most infantile, most feels over reals, no fact behind it, okay, bullshit I've seen in a long time. Excuse me, but you don't know what you're talking about. Intersectional feminism should literally be listed, okay, in the DSM, the loony bin book there, the DSM, it's escaping my mind right now because I'm just so pissed off with this. This kind of attitude in America, at least, isn't uncommon. Because maybe you leftist idiots in this country have pushed things so far in one direction, okay, on the note of women over men and small little friggin' groups with their virtue signaling getting power over the majority, that people are fucking sick of it. Holy shit! Use your brain, you dumb bitch! Oh wait, that would mean you'd have to actually process facts and come out of fucking La La Land. When my dad visited the States back in the 90s, he said that he was waiting in a bus shelter when a white down and out came out from around asking for loose change. He approached the black people first, addressing them in a derogatory manner, demanding money. Oh, I love how you just pull this story about your father in the 90s out of your ass. I love that. Completely irrelevant. You've never been here. You're not even speaking from personal experience. How the hell did Metro allow this shit to get published? When it became apparent they had none to hand, he went cap in hand to the white folk. Oh, Jesus H. Christ. You are so pathetic. I might not have anything, but at least I have my whiteness, is a real attitude. What? How? No! That sense of entitlement, even when you're literally begging for money, persists. No, not true. Because as the 68-year-old man said that you fucking, like, gave him shit for, okay, was if you're a white, you and a man, basically, you can't get any type of assistance. So, excuse me? What's this sense of entitlement, okay? Because we know, as whites, unless we're like a woman, like you, have kids especially, we ain't getting shit for a handout. Okay, it's people like you who are entitled and think that you deserve shit. Get reality and La La Land straight here, because you don't have a concept of what's really going on. I mean, that sense of entitlement, even when you're literally begging for money, as you even just pointed out, well, by what the guy said, what sense of entitlement? We don't get handouts. We don't have that luxury. You're the one, as I just said, you're the ones that believe in that shit. For white folks to then turn around and plead victimhood is maddening. Pot calling kettle black because you're a white woman. Okay? You claiming victimhood, regardless of your fucking gender, because what you just said. Okay? Guess what, bitch? Stop doing it. Because as you just said, for white folk to then turn around and plead victimhood is maddening. So, you're a white woman. You can't plead it. Now shut the fuck up. Oh, wait. You go on. And then here you are doing more of the digital blackface that you people think is fucking racist. In the UK, I've heard people, particularly white men, complain about quota mentality and the fact that companies are more lenient. Oh, yeah, they are on women and ethnic minorities in order to get their diversity stats up. Because they are. This is a documented fact. The BBC does this shit. They openly admit that they do this shit. And that they're literally discriminating against white men. And they're going out of their way to fill diversity quotas. This is ridiculous. Just 4% of CEOs in FTSE's 100 companies are black or Asian. Just 50 of the 14,000 British professors operating in our universities are black. 3% of doctors in the UK are black. Okay, now what's the percentage of population? All right, let's look at that, because that would be a factor. Oh, no, you don't want to do that. Then, besides that, let's look at the fact of... You've got, things like career choices and, just a lot of different factors. But you don't want to look at that. This is ridiculous. And I love how you're now throwing Asians in with the blacks here. The same Asians who get discriminated against for blacks in the United States. Oh my God. Let's see, Mindy Cohen, or whatever her name is, the Indian chick there, her brother proved this, okay? Couldn't get into one school, okay? As an Indian, higher GPA, presented himself as black with a lower GPA, and got accepted to the same exact school. Huh. I love how you're grouping them together, and Asians are being discriminated against in the United States, like on the note of Indians. Okay, because they're considered Asian. And other Asians, like from China and Japan, okay, or, from Chinese, Japanese, Taiwanese, Vietnamese ancestry, okay, they're being discriminated against for blacks. So what the hell are you talking about? As I said, someone's got to be discriminated against for affirmative action. It just so happens it's more than just whites. This doesn't scream lowering the standards to cram more black people in jobs to me. Yes, it kind of does. If you're trying to force people in, you're having to lower the standards to do so, that's exactly what you're doing. There's no government conspiracy here or abroad against the average white man. If you don't get the grades for these kinds of jobs, you're not getting in. End of. Well, bullshit. Okay? Go look up what affirmative action is, you dumb bitch. Oh my God. It literally says that they will take people with lower standards, lower test scores, less seniority. Okay? That's the whole point of affirmative, to promote a particular ethnic group to increase their numbers. That's literally what it is. So even if you get the grades, you might not get the job. The thing is, however, that when it comes to ethnic minorities, there are a number of reasons why people don't achieve top grade. Lower incomes, crap housing, single-parent families, poor schooling, lack of access to materials. Okay, so, all right, lower incomes. Okay, that's, again, Democrats, they drive, liberals, leftists, they want open borders, they want all these people coming in, the unskilled labor that drives down the wages. There's your lower incomes. Okay, crap housing. Well, most of these people live in liberal, leftist, Democrat-run cities. We're using the United States for the example here. All right, so Detroit, for example. Until the Democrats took over in the 1960s, that was a thriving city. It was known as the Paris of the United States. Okay? Democrats took over and turned it into the shithole that it is. And they spend more on education per student there than pretty much anywhere else in the country. And they're still turning out kids that are dumb as fucking stones. So, okay, so we got the lower incomes, we got the crap housing, single parent families. Okay, again, that's the Democrats with their prison, industrial complex, for-profit prisons and increasing criminalization on stuff. And, that was during the 90s. You can go look it up. It's the Clintons. Okay, doing that during the 90s. All right, single parent families, that's part of that. Then you have the other fact that you get this whole thing of the feminism. Oh, you don't need a man. Oh, you don't need the family. You don't need any of that stuff. Destroying the actual family with the Marxist philosophy behind it, which is destroy the family. Okay, you have that as a factor to it. The poor schooling we got into, they spend more money in Detroit on students than pretty much anywhere else in the country, but yet they're putting out kids that are dumb as stones. Okay, lack of access to materials. When you're getting shit handed to you, you don't have a lack of access to materials. Because when you're getting more money thrown your way, you're not having a lack of access to materials. You should be getting more material-wise than anyone else on the note of, say, education. This is ridiculous. I love these people that talk out of their ass and got no clue. She's not even from America. She's speaking from one time her daddy went to the U.S. in the 90s. It's like, you're pathetic. It's not that white people are inherently smarter than the rest of us. It's that they've been positioned of privilege for so long that even the most middle-of-the-road student has a chance of getting into Russell Group University simply because their parents can afford the extra tuition. Bullshit. That is such bullshit. Okay? Because you present white. Okay, I don't care what you say. All right, you present white. So fuck you off. All right. Then there's the fact that that whole thing of inherently smarter. Ever hear of fucking genetics? They've done genetic studies that go and show that Asians tend to be at the top with Jews on the note of IQ. Then you have Caucasians, which, between Western Europe and the United States have higher averages. Then you have, and you can go down the list. This is something that's out there, all right? And because your feels over reals, you don't want to talk about genetics, okay? So we're just going to talk out of our ass here and say, it's not that they're inherently smarter. It could also be the fact that they've got more determination, more drive, okay? Because, let's see. Whites, especially white men, don't have the security net, the safety blanket, their tushiku, their bubba, however you want to call it, the little baby blanket to fall back on when you fall flat on your ass and the government will bail you out. They don't got that. So maybe those are factors. Oh, wait. That would mean that your whole critical theory would be bullshit, which it is. If white Americans genuinely believe that black people stand a better chance in the job market today, that's something to celebrate. It means that the hard work, that struggle, that hunger hasn't gone to waste. It means that they're getting the opportunities they deserve. Wow. Somehow I doubt the reality is anywhere as positive. Unemployment in black or African Americans stands at 8%, the highest of any group of any ethnicity in America. Next comes Hispanics and then white. Okay. And then after that, Asian, Jew, and all them. Okay, yeah. All right, so blacks. Do you want to know why they have blacks and then Hispanics? Oh, wait, I already talked about this because you have the left, the Democrats with their open borders and the illegals and the dreamers. And just let's, even like on the note of legal immigration, let unskilled, lower IQ people coming from the third world, okay, they're all fighting for the same fucking low-skilled jobs that blacks should have, okay, and should be getting. So they're fighting on the note of the Hispanics and the blacks. They're fighting over the same jobs. So of course you're going to have them at higher unemployment rates because it's the unskilled labor. So if you got rid of the illegals, okay, like all the dreamers, all the ones who've had a free pass so far, get rid of them. Oh wow, that black unemployment rate drops dramatically. The wages go up. Their wages go up. When their wages go up and they're making more money, that means they can provide more for their family. That means you're going to have less of those 45.8% of young black children living in poverty. You'd have even less of that. See, this is why people voted for Trump, okay? And what gets me is you won't listen to why Ann Coulter explains. And she summed this up very well. It's because we understand, okay, a lot of people who voted for Trump, that this unchecked, open border, you know, come right in, low skill, even like low skill, including legal immigration, okay? Illegal and legal immigration, okay? But when you have that going on, you have all these jobs that should be higher paying, even though they're low skill, okay, staying lower on their hourly rates, okay, on their pay. As a result, due to the fact of you have way too many people competing for a limited number of jobs, and you've got people from the third world that are willing to take less money than a black American. Matter of fact. Okay, so, and then it gets to the point where the black has to say, well, shit, I got to feed my family, and they end up taking the lower wage because they swallow their pride. It's the same with whites. It's the same with anyone when it comes to this unfettered immigration into this country, okay? I know for a fact that this has actually driven down the wages, okay, in the construction industry, in the building industry, and the cabinetry industry, okay, like the cabinet and furniture industry. All the wages have been suppressed or driven down due to the fact of a mass influx of, both legal and illegal immigrants. And these tend to be skilled jobs. And these are people that come in, work for shit, get skill, and they're driving down the wages of other people that are skilled. So you got to look at those situations because, when you have Hispanics coming in to, certain fields, it fucks with blacks. There's certain neighborhoods, okay? LA is a prime example. You have places where blacks can't get jobs because they don't know Spanish. And what did Ana Kasparian say to that smug bitch say to Coulter? Well, they should just learn Spanish. I mean, seriously, this is the mentality of these people. Okay, she's got no clue. And I think I've gone through this shit show well enough here, so I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.